You don't have to make noises, but I'm just gonna check one last time. Make sure this is actually not just, you know, lying to me. What's going on? Why did it start and then stop immediately? What's going on? What's going on, Twitch? Why are we doing that? There was a network error. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that at all. That's just rude. That's just bad. That's big sad. Okay. You're dropping a lot of frames. Wow, thanks.
Somebody watching the stream.
Just the application itself being like, you're dropping a lot of frames. Like, oh. Coder set to 30, slow frames due to your CPU or GPU being overloaded. Okay, frame drops. No, according to this, I'm not dropping any frames. It is vibrating wildly between 4,000 and 8,000 kbps. So that's a thing.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, it is. Just double and cut in half, like on the fly. Alright, how bad are these frame drops? Well, it hasn't ended yet.
Neat. An error occurred with this playback. Please try again.
Oh, is that what I just gave you? Your thing?
On something else, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll have them.
I tend to measure an art piece's work by how interesting.
Alright, one last time. Just give me a solid long read.
Not ring.
I'm gonna call that audio good. You're fine. You don't have to read anymore. Dude, props to you. You held that read for like a decent time. Alright.
I could have kept going.
Probably could have, yeah. But why would you? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Alright, I'm just gonna rely if anyone else discovers any settings, any bad audio settings. I'm gonna rely on you to tell me whether it's good or bad. I made it through a sentence without missing a step once. Okay, where are we going?
I have no. Oh yeah, come here. So you see that thing in a jar that just kind of looks like lava? Zoom out your camera until your camera's outside of the bubble and look at it. This big jar, right here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Massive glass jar. Zoom out your camera until you're looking at it outside of the bubble.
What?
It's just the sun in a jar.
Yes. Mankind has succeeded in taming the sun. What is that? Okay, so is that... it's a texture thing, isn't it? So it's like phasing out the bottle so you can see the bottle. So you just see the sun.
Yeah, it's probably a texture thing. It's probably the bubble is a translucent screen and the bottle is a translucent screen and the engine can only handle one of them at a time.
Right, okay. Okay, I don't know where we go from here. Didn't we get
Neither do I.
a thing? Like a scroll? It's a summer spider.
Dude, I have no idea.
Tectonic spray scroll?
Let me blast you with my tectonics. Kinky.
Tectonics, deal 208 to 242 earth damage to all targets of a 45-degree cone that's 7 meters long. Creates an oil surface
Sick.
and has a chance to petrify.
I still have a dead chicken.
I'm sure we'll figure out what to do with that at some point. Okay,
Remarkable! With this spell and the so-called blood of the mother, those death knights will be at our mercy.
The
Oh,
Andra
yeah.
won't stand a chance. This could all be over sooner than we'd thought.
Alright, so we need blood
There's
of
gonna
the
be a
mother,
catch, isn't there?
but I don't know where the blood of the mother is. Let me read this.
Hot topics and pyramid how-to.
Okay. Combined with the blood of their mother, the spell revokes the blessing of vulnerability granted to Death Knights. This incantation ought only to be used in the event that the Knights do somehow threaten the final immaculate objective as laid out by the Conduit herself. Well, I'm glad they just had this laying about the table. So... Oh, didn't we need something with a control wand?
What's this?
Yeah.
A blueprint for a so-called Scepter of Command. There may be a way to handle these Death Knights yet. What's this? A blueprint for a so-called Scepter of Command. There may be a way to handle these Death Knights yet.
Ooh, yes. It's majestic.
What?
Just make it
Ooh, majestic!
I
I
can't
can't
wait
wait
till
till
we
we
get to
fight
the
that boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be pretty good.
Gonna be
The
fun.
memes. I need to.
That's
learn how to
in the
balance
place you
my-
got black bagged, isn't it?
I think it's somewhere in there. Yeah. No, it's in Bergenworth. Somewhere in the Bergenworth College. Which I think is close to the place that I got black bag, but it's not there exactly. Speaking of which, you and Toa need to go get black bags if we're in the other area.
That's a thing to say. Get kidnapped, bitch boy!
I think that's the only way you can get to that area.
I'm on fire.
A hurried choice is never wisest. Considerations will behove you. The crypt or library, both may move you. A hurried choice is never wisest.
go to the
Away,
crypt.
away, we fly away.
I think we came to the crypt last time. I think last time we came to the library. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Is that a table with crows on the sides? No, it's like, what is that? Falcon heads? Can't tell what that is. Oh, what is this? Who are these guys? Character servant Cardinal Montreux rescued the source of return. Blessed is she who blessed us, Cardinal Julian rescued for the source of return. I see they didn't bother to make female statue models though, so. To the unholy into the source, even they have. Oh, hello, person.
Endeavor to worship or endeavor to depart.
Found a person?
It's a ghost. You don't see him?
Goddess, greetings, wanderer. What brings you to this house
I see him
of the
now.
Goddess during these troubled times? A what? No, certainly
Oh,
not.
he's like a servant of
I
Astarte.
serve Astarte, our great goddess, a bishop of the source
He's a
Samar.
bishop
We know
in
Astarte.
life
Kind
and
of.
in
She knows
death.
us. Apparently. Really wants to bang one of us.
I mean, she waltzed into the hall while we were there, like totally fucking naked. Was like, "What's up? You were a god once. How you doing?"
You were a god once. What? I can't talk. Bye.
I ought to box your ears and tie your black tongue. A source hunter, you say? And what does your mission entail exactly? Chasing down the ill and wounded, healed by source and executing them?
Maybe I should have told him.
That's impossible.
What'd you tell him?
I told
Our
him we were source
Astarte
hunters.
is the great bringer of light, of order, of
Yeah, maybe you
healing.
should have done that.
No, I don't know what strange
Inst-
land you are from.
If somebody
or
asks you if
why
you're a
you've
god,
come to
you
her
say
temple
yes.
To spread such lies and gossip, but I think it best if you take your blasphemy elsewhere.
I mean, Narcus, it's technically true.
He's saying we should take our blasphemy elsewhere.
The goddess's home, of course.
Yeah, okay. That didn't go well. So what was the freaking point of this? Like, we just came here to talk with that guy and that was it? Like, come on, there's gotta be more here.
No, I mean, I can talk to him.
Maybe he gives you different responses. Maybe if you just don't tell him you're a source hunter. You know, don't be big dumb like what I did. There's gotta be, come on. There's gotta be more here than just old man who doesn't like us because we're some suckers. Not saying that he's wrong in that opinion, but
Pretty sure we need the blood of Astarte, by the way.
how do we get that?
I mean, probably go talk to Astarte. She's at the end of time.
You want to fly?
Remember,
You
we
want
know
to
her.
wing?
I
Away,
mean,
away.
yeah, but I don't think it's as simple as like, hey, can we get some blood? Like,
Where'd you teleport to?
entrance hall.
I teleported to the library. I made a mistake.
Well, I think that's.
I'm
where
on
we-
fire!
You gonna die?
Probably not.
I don't know how we leave here.
Oh, it's not in the entrance hall. I was really hoping it was in the entrance hall.
What, the teleport shrine?
Yeah,
A hurried choice is never wisest. Away,
the
away.
gate.
So I went to the library. Let's find it's a chest already looted. Is Astarte here somewhere?
I mean, this
The
is the
Temple
place
of
she's supposed to
Astarte,
return to.
volume 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we're supposed to read these, aren't we? This is gonna be like the thing with the where we got the dead chicken from, where we're supposed to read like all 5 of the Immaculate books or whatever, and then that tells us the secret to the spell, except we couldn't find number 4 or whatever. Let's see, start reading these books.
I love how, like, oh man, we have to get out of here. The place is going to collapse, and we're just sitting around reading books.
Yes, interesting. Papyrus. Papyrus? How do you say that?
Papyrus.
Okay.
Papyrus. Papyrus. It is Astarte,
Yes.
this naked god of life bringing.
We're all suckling on the teat of a
Her
shark
big
with that
teats.
Sweet source milk. Long and consistent. I don't know why I just said that, but alrighty. Long and consistent.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch it. Just putting that one out there. How do we get up there?
Source milks. The puppets.
Gotta be a way to get up there, right?
Oh, here, this is the temple, this greatest tribute to starting yet erected within Rivalon. Sorcerers in the study. To lay eyes upon the goddess, to feel the greatest love of the divine. What I'm learning is this is the Astarte Sim Temple.
Simp temple.
Here, goblins. Wow. Wow. Okay.
What?
That crack. That was
Dear
hard.
God.
Put that soul.
Uh-uh.
Alright, so here, goblins and orcish shamans join hands with the elvish and human sorcerers, bent in service of the goddess, and in gratitude for her gifts. Astarte, mother of all, may she thrive 1,000 eons. And whip me over a barrel, please, mommy. Okay.
Oh.
That's the vibe that I got from that book.
Sick.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it. I don't know how we're supposed to get back.
Traveler, my heart does leap. Away, away.
Okay, go to the High Priest's office. There's nothing flipping here. That's cool.
If we're like the reincarnations of a god, that means if we die, technically we come back, right? I could club you to death with a skull. Yeah, I would.
Okay, that's
Technically.
our problem, but we can't get Medora and Johanna here. They're just stuck here forever.
Well, you know, they're not necessary for the prophecy, so.
Did I just say Yohora and Mahan?
You said Yahan.
Okay.
I don't know what you said. I don't know if you said Medora properly, but you said Yahan.
Oh, well, close enough. Oh, you dropped the chicken corpse. I mean, we might need that.
Yeah. Welcome to it.
Hey, you never know, right? Would be this might get us out of here. Maybe Astarte's like, hey, listen, I'd love to help you, but I'm really hungry and I haven't eaten in a few days. I'd really go for some chicken. And we're like, well, funny you should mention that.
Have I got the thing for you?
I really need some protein. May I interest you in some partially pupated chicken eggs? Dead chicken
That's
A
nasty.
hurried choice is never wisest. Considerations will behove you. The crypt or library, both may move away, away.
I needed that.
Okay.
This is fine.
I needed that.
Freaking quality content right here. I just wish I could find a shrine. Actually, can we teleport? Just like Hulk.
I don't think so.
Waypoints. Maybe we can. Hey. If we just go.
We just
where are we?
flee to a waypoint.
We're in the mines, right? McCullough Mines, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking
Oh.
for
Look who it is.
oh, yes, the cut is done.
Wow, rude.
Come to the
I'm not
office.
even in a relationship.
You're being cucked by life at all
I was
times.
about to say.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Away, away.
Lady Luck cucks me every day. Like,
Luck be a lady tonight. Not for you.
Wow. Alright, I'm in the office. What am I looking for?
Yeah.
Or what am I looking
my half uncle Sam joined, and he is the worst.
so did you
So
just
you
like,
left?
nah.
Yeah, so I dipped out like 13 minutes. I mean, it was gonna be over in 13 minutes. And us three, my family and Grandpa, were the only ones there for the whole call. So I think I earned that one, considering the rest of his kids won't even show up.
Did you give a reason, or was it just like, yeah, I'm done, bye?
Nah, I just found a natural point to leave the conversation. My mom's still doing it, because she actually knows my Uncle Sam, but like he's
There.
barely related to me.
Your uncle's name is Sam. Freaking Uncle Sam.
I think. Yeah, I mean, he's my mom's half brother, and these meetings are the first time I ever met or talked to him. These
Yeah.
Zoom like meeting call things, yeah.
How's that going?
It's I mean, it's fun to talk to Grandpa and Vicky and Big Vicky.
Big
like
Vicky.
the rest of my grandpa's new wife, who we had Vicky with, is also named Vicky. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't ask questions. They're both fine. I mean, little Vicky eats filet mignon well done with ketchup, so she's an animal. But other than that,
Anyone who puts ketchup on a steak is an animal.
Yeah.
Why on a steak? Steak sauces exist. They're fine.
I mean, steak sauces are also, but like at least that's something.
Okay,
Ketchup,
I like
well
A1.
done in ketchup. Like,
Everyone's pretty solid.
order chicken nuggets if you're gonna ruin it. Like, A1's too sweet, man. I don't really like steak sauce in general.
Really? You think it's too sweet? I'm sure. Like,
But, yeah.
I'll agree with you. That
Well, like
it's
for
sweet,
steak,
but the
you know?
majority that I've heard
Like-
from people is that it's too like, what, tart, bitter? I don't know what you want to call it. But it's too much like too
Eh.
much bite. I'm like, I've never gotten that.
See,
I
Dom wants to eat the meat directly off the cow. That's how.
Yeah,
he
like
eats it.
I eat it as about as undercooked as humanly possible without like getting worms. That's usually how I eat my steak.
So you would like ostrich.
Yeah, like if I could like use that bolt gun to kill the cow and then they just make it right there, that's exactly how I'd want to do it. Though the vegan argument of like you wouldn't kill it yourself, I totally would. It'd be like, you know, like when you get lobster and you get to pick the lobster, it'd be the same thing.
You get the, you go over there like, I want that one. I want Tony.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like, did it have a name? Do you know its parents' name? How old is it? How was it raised? I want to know before I put this, like, 3-inch spike in its skull. I want to know.
You are not you. Or rather, you are
sex is
but
monologuing
you is
again.
not all there is to you.
You're recording, right? Like, I don't want to just waste
Yeah.
all that material.
No, I definitely got that.
In an
Like,
astronomy lesson, so let me start again.
I also think we should try the veal method on more animals.
what's that?
Just
bolt
to round
gun?
it. No, the way you make veal is you take a baby cow, you break its legs so it can't move, you put it in a box, and you force feed it food. And eventually, it'll get like the meat to the tenderness that you want for veal, and then you kill it while it's still a baby. Like it doesn't get past adolescence. That's where veal comes from.
Sick.
It's great.
Sounds horrible. Like, I'm sure it's delicious.
Yeah, it is.
That process sounds horrible.
Yeah. I forget. There's another thing that you make out of like duck. That's an equal amount of horrible. It's good. But the way you make it is you just force a tube with a funnel on the other end down a duck's throat and completely fill it with grain, so that it suffocates and dies, and the grain kind of like seeps into the body as it fills the cavity. Yeah. And you like break all its bones or something else terrible. I forget the rest of it, but yeah.
Why is this a thing?
Humans.
Because
Tell me
humans
what-
aren't great, but
tell me-
animals aren't sentient, so who cares?
Tell me what human was so bored that was like, man, I'm really hungry. I bet if I break this cow's legs and like force feed him food for the next 2 weeks, that tastes delicious. Like, who thinks of
Well,
that?
what they probably realize is like, hey, if a cow doesn't move a lot, the meat is like super soft. Like it took some like accident or someone noticed this cow was lazy and didn't move a lot. So that when you killed it and ate it, the meat was great. They're just like,
I mean, it's probably on the
know.
lines of they're way more tender if they don't have muscle. So let's just,
Yeah.
how do you make it so that they just don't ever develop muscle? Well, break their legs. Can't develop muscle if they can't move.
Okay, why break their legs though? Why not just amputate?
so they can't walk and develop the muscle at all. Because then the meat doesn't grow. You want the meat to grow on the leg. Waste of meat.
Do cows have really big legs? I feel like I haven't seen massive leg cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On their-
Cow
on
thigh?
their
Are you
thigh.
stupid?
Their thigh
Yeah.
is.
I guess you could
I mean,
amputate
cow
at the
thigh.
ankle, but
I'm
the
just
cow's
saying,
less
like,
likely
the
to live
ankle.
through that. It's because they're less likely to live through it. It increases your chance of the cow just dying before it has the chance to grow the meat.
What? But if they're not moving anyway, and you're just putting them on like a swing or something, right? Or having them be
Box.
suspended. Box. Okay.
Box. Yeah, it's literally just like a coffin.
Whatever. But does it
It's great.
matter?
Yes,
place
because you're
will
gonna
be
keep
your
it alive
home.
in that coffin
This place
for
will be your tomb.
like a
Right.
year.
But what? Again, like, why not just amputate
couple
the
months.
legs? Because like, how is?
Because it increases the chance of it just dying from shock, Boyd. You're not gonna wait, because it's cheaper to break the legs and leave it in a box than to waste painkillers on a cow. Painkillers will
Yeah,
also
to
ruin
put
the
the
meat.
cow into like anesthetic. And
So
stuff.
if you
It
just
barely
cut
feel
its
anyway?
legs off, No?
What do
Still
you
have all
want
their
about?
paint sensors.
Don't cows have like? Aren't they the ones that like? They're just like, on some places, or like factory farms, they just like cut a hole
They're-
in them, and they have a place where you can just reach into the cow's stomach and just pull stuff out.
There's
Or
some
like-
That's
spots
because
like
their
that, but
cow's
whole leg
internal
isn't.
organs are weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like their legs don't work like that at all.
It would explain a lot, wouldn't it? As luck would have it, a new...
You still talking to Zigzags?
Oh, a new portal has opened up? Hold on, did we... What? Did
He
we
ran
repair
this way.
Section of the tapestry? Well, I know where he ran, but did we repair another section of the tapestry? If so, then we're
A
gonna get this
library.
lot faster than I thought.
Oh, look, a star day. Hello, naked lady.
Hey, ask her for her blood. See if we can get some blood out of this.
Hey, girl, let me get your blood.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never really liked sauce on anything. Like really ever.
Burger sauce.
Why? Why though?
It's the consistency. Like something about having like a weird liquid on top of a food. It's always tasted off to me. You know, like I don't put dressing on my salad.
Okay, you're an animal.
You animal.
You are the worst.
I'm not. I mean, I'm just trying to get through as fast as possible. I've never been a big fan of salad in the first place.
Really needs clothes.
I told you, she's just naked.
You
He's
know,
got a
if it
few
ain't made of
vines.
meat, I'm usually thoroughly uninterested.
I don't know. I've been craving salad.
I suppose it's a
for the
good
past few
thing.
months.
Oh, bye.
Cherished.
Okay.
Even though apparently we had to give up life and liberty for that.
I can't wait to get gout. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, sure it will be. Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it's been dubbed the rich man's disease because old like super rich people back in like the feudal era would get it because if you just eat red meat and like foods that were associated with the ultra rich back then, it fucking wrecks your body.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Pretty sure if I ate one of literally anything and that was my primary source of like food, that would happen. That would like wreck my body in some way.
Well, no, it's like they're having like lush banquets, but if you like eat like a lot of bread, like fancy foods, basically things like foie gras. Whoa, by the way, that's the duck thing I was talking about, foie gras. Like all those like fancy foods, they're
The
super
color of secrets.
super bad for you. And it leads to like weird buildup in your like feet, so you get club feet, and that's part of gout.
You think that was just like the duck thing? That was just like a dude who was like really psychotic,
Trying to find a way to torture a duck.
torturing a duck, and then like a chef came in and was like, "Oh, this is a brilliant. How did you think it? Like, surely you should be a chef because you thought it was a brilliant method." And he's just sitting there going like, "Yeah, totally meant to eat
Yeah.
this. Yeah, that was a great idea.
Mhm.
You know, I just been
I'm
experimenting."
gonna be honest. I heard about this on the Rooster Teeth podcast, and we're starting to like repeat the conversation. I don't know if you've seen that podcast,
really?
Void, because like,
Which one?
yeah, we're a couple weeks ago, like maybe a month or two ago, but like pretty recently. It was one of the quarantine ones. Like I brought it up. It's like, hey, this is a unique fact. Like I looked it up. You know, obviously, like make sure they weren't just talking out their ass because they do that a lot. But like, yeah, we were just at the point where we were starting to repeat the conversation. I was like, this is gonna go on YouTube, so we should probably not do that.
I haven't been keeping up with the quarantine podcast just because I kind of stopped caring. So,
Yeah, it's been kind of lame because they don't do anything right now.
It's been a cycle of. I'm just walking around this place, by the way, Stark. So if you have something
Talk,
we need to
talk to
cover,
the teller of secrets.
Okay. Well, I gotta pay attention for that. Yeah, it became a cycle of they talk about, you know, stuff that it's like, I don't know
What do we
to talk
do?
about on the podcast. They talk about that. Then eventually the topic would somehow steer in one way or another to them talking about COVID-19, and it's not even like them talking about COVID-19. It's them talking about other people not liking them talk about COVID-19, and that's been like that happened for
Yeah,
like 2 or 3
it's-
podcasts in a row, and I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. Like, yeah, I agree with you on some points, but you already brought it up once. Like, I get it.
Don't talk about the
I mean,
disease. So we're gonna keep
to be
talking
fair-
about the disease.
Well, because they're not talking about the disease. They're not like bringing up new information or opinions on how things
It's
are
not
being
that, though.
handled.
They're
For the most part, they're just complaining about other people complaining about them talking about the disease.
And then the next week,
Because it's the only
like,
thing that's happening to them.
It's them
Like-
complaining again about another set of people complaining about them complaining the last week,
like-
complaining about, and it's just like there's like 4 meta levels,
And,
of them
like,
complaining about complaining
here's
about
the thing.
complaining.
Normally they aren't that bad, but it's because it's the only thing happening to
No,
them
it's-
outside of
it's
making other
completely-
content.
It's completely
Like,
fair. Like,
they're
I'm not-
just dead.
You know, I could very well be one of those people that feeds into the loop of you know, posting a comment of like,
Yeah.
now you're just complaining about, you know, etc. But it's like, no, instead I'm just not gonna watch it for a few weeks, and then I'll come back, you know, check and see how things are. Maybe they moved on. If they haven't, then I'll just take another break, you know?
Yeah, I've
Break
just
the
been
cycle.
getting super into Fuckface, which is my favorite new podcast.
Like, right now,
Um,
wow, right
I'm
now,
sorry?
I've just been rolling through all the
Yeah.
old RT post shows.
The
that I never got to
podcast
see.
premise, yeah. I don't like watching the post shows separate from the podcast. I barely like watching the post shows in general, to be honest. It always feels weirdly disjointed. But like, the premise of Fuckface is basically it's 3 guys. It's Gavin Free, Jeff Ramsey, and Andrew Patton doing a podcast. 2 of them are from Achievement, or one of them is just like their friend. About basically their style of humor being actively doing things to hurt yourself or others in order to make yourself laugh. Like just stupid, completely
like
almost
right up your alley.
self-destructive. Yeah, and the reason why the show's called Fuckface because they call it fuckfacing, is doing that to yourself. And you know what the ultimate fuckface is? Making and producing a podcast you then have to market to other people and sponsors and shit called Fuckface.
Have they gotten sponsored?
I guess.
They've gotten like 2, and there's been like 10 episodes.
Wow.
It's a whole thing. It's a recurring joke. Is that they refuse to censor or do anything to improve their situation because that's the joke. But like whenever like they cross the line in that podcast, be like, yep, ain't getting the sponsor this week, are we? Just not happening. Nothing could be done. I strongly, if you like Jeff, if you like classic Jeff, it's Jeff at his peak. A lot of the time, and it's Andrew Penn, who has never been in anything official.
He was an off-topic for a few.
Like, yeah, 1 or 2, but like it's pretty rare. This is like a consistent thing they're showing up to, and he's great.
Yeah, I like Andrew Penn. He was he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, there's that podcast,
About
and
me.
then there's
The Guardian's first disobedience.
Ah,
and the
what's
fruit
it
of that
called?
Forbidden box, whose depths
it's not the
stretch
Michael
into
Jordan
this world,
podcast. It's
And all our woe with loss of source
I'm sorry?
remembered.
fuck. What is it? What is it called? What
We
is it
come
called?
no
Shit.
spy with
I should
purpose
know
to
this.
explore Or to disturb the secrets of your realm. But secrets
It's
of
their
my own I
food
bring. The
podcast.
secrets of another world,
Face Jam?
perhaps not lawful to reveal.
Yeah, Face Jam. That's why it's not the Michael Jordan podcast, because they were gonna call it the Space Jam podcast, I think. You wanna know what the premise is, Sturk?
Which way I fly is
What?
myself am here.
They go to fast
as
food
in the
restaurants and
lowest
view
deep,
whatever the like
a
food of the
lower
week
deep
is, like
still
things like
threatening to devour
the
this
McRib.
homestead opens wide.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah. And it's
Why
an
is it
hour-long
called the
podcast.
Why is it-
Oh, because the guys that make it are Michael and Jordan Peele. Or not, it's Jordan Swears, sorry, I don't know why I said Peele. It's Jordan Swears and Michael Jones. So it'd be the Michael Jordan podcast, which then became the Space Jam podcast. It's a whole cacophony. And at this point, because there's like so little content you can make out of reviewing things like the McRib or like whatever the new chicken sandwich is, it's just like a stream of consciousness, like complete nonsense cast, to the point in which they have like facts that they bring up about the like the place. Like they did a show on P. Terry's, which is a restaurant that you can only find in Austin, about their new chicken sandwich. Nothing special about it. It's just a chicken sandwich. And they just spent the whole podcast talking about how they're gonna get a van to do the podcast in because of quarantine, so they have to do it in their cars now instead of just like eating at the office and doing it together. and talking about like how they're gonna get the van, and the main strategy for getting the van was to hope that a fan ran a van dealership that would then just give them the van, or because the podcast in that episode for some reason took place canonically at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, a group of frat college guys would drive a van into the ocean, and it would fall into the crack, and they just swim on in and use the van.
What?
And that what fast food reviewing podcast has devolved into. that's where it's at, like episode 30. It's just, you don't watch it for anything about what's on the box, it's just for the pure level of they've all lost their goddamn minds, and it's about nothing and nonsense.
Guess I gotta start watching these podcasts then. Holy crap.
Yeah, watch the P. Terry's Chicken Sandwich one. It's the best one so far. It's fucking hilarious. Alright, you gonna give me the money now, Mr. Rooster Teeth? Sorry, I've basically just been plugging RT content for the past,
yeah,
like, 15
much.
minutes, so...
Gee, thanks.
I mean, granted, I'm only plugging it to your, like, 3 viewers, one of which is me, but...
Nah, you don't watch the Divinity things anyways. It's more like 2.
I've tried. I'm gonna be honest. You need to like cut it down more or something.
Yeah? I mean, we try to keep them within like 2 hours.
That's the thing, is like there's just a lot of like you guys not saying anything and just walking to a place for like
or
10
sitting
minutes.
around.
That has.
Or sitting around or waiting for you to come back. Like a lot of that's not cut out, and that's why I don't watch them anymore. That, and I'm gonna be honest, half the reason I watch your content is just to hear myself talk because I'm hilarious.
But,
So if I'm not in it, I'm usually not paying attention. Sometimes I'll hear conversations you guys have about me when I'm not around. Like the Minecraft one, the like, first 20 minutes is just about you guys talking shit about me, and that's fun to hear.
yeah, it is rather frequent that happens.
What are you, dog? You're an animal.
You and Xander have always been close, are you? Pray tell, did you know anything about his affair at the King Crab?
Come now. Do you really think he'd let me in on it in advance if he'd been planning an affair with your sister?
Fucking animal.
Are we supposed to go
And I'm also gonna be honest, any podcast with who's the other guy? He has like 3 usernames. I don't know what he's goes by anymore. It's the guy you do another stream with.
Toa? Or the other
Yeah,
guy?
Toa. Well, because he's Toa or Rampart
And
or
Rampant.
whatever.
Rampant.
Sure.
I think it's just Toa and Rampant.
He changed usernames and I stopped caring because I barely talked to the guy. Sure, Aaron, dig it. What do they call it? That's gonna get cut out. Alright, and... Back? Alright. What do they call it? Well, like, yeah, any stream where it's just, like, just Void and Rampant, I could, like, it's the worst.
Don't. It is. It
You need a
legitimately
third
is.
guy. Like,
I've
it's great that
complained
you guys
about
are
this-
including Stark in the Bloodborne, but, like, Jesus.
I've told him this in the past because like I'll bring up a topic to Rampant, and Starks has been there. I don't like I think for the first Bloodborne stream he was there. I'll bring up a topic like, so you know, I was reading about this the other day, and you know I'll give like a short thing about it, and then Rampant will just be like, oh, and
Yeah,
that's
like,
it.
it's-
and I'm like, say something. Like I gave my side of the
You're on
argument.
stream! Perform! Do you think
And he's
I wanted to talk about hobbling baby cows for 20 minutes?
And he's like, well, I'm just giving you room to talk. I'm like, I talk like half the time. What do you? It can't just this.
Yeah,
can't
you know
just-
that was. You know what makes a good stream? A monologue.
I was like, if I'm gonna be the only one talking, I'll just record it and make it a let's play, and then just cut out all the dead air. Like, the point, like, it was your idea to co-stream. freaking talk.
Represents all of time.
Does Arhu just live in the end of time now?
I guess so.
Include so many threads dangling.
This Mr.
How can I
Catman
help
just
you,
lives
my
in the
friend?
end of time.
It has a stupid amount of gold. Cool. I'm gonna start finding.
That's a good place to live. You don't have to deal with
Restaurant at the end of the
pesky
universe.
linearity anymore.
Oh, you're just gonna yoink that from me with magic pockets.
I didn't mean. I just spoke to Akara and
I
it
see
did
how
it by
it is.
itself.
Akara was like, yoink, mine. Man, I'm just about to rob Arthur's blind here.
Did you ever end up actually recording the Nether expedition?
I did. I got the whole thing recorded. I just
Okay.
gotta splice it together with Stark leaving because
Yeah, I mean,
bad. And then I gotta
Oh yeah.
review the footage and make sure that
Internet machine bad.
that's what I usually do.
Oh, Stark, you never dropped any of the Netherite off, by the way.
And there wasn't extra.
Okay.
After you got off, because I kept the 4 netherite after you got off, I went to go diamond mining so I could justify using diamonds for my armor, and I spent the next like 3 hours looking for diamonds in the strip mine and finding mostly lava.
Oh, you suck.
I got
'cause
really
I've been
unlucky.
doing that all
I don't
day.
know. Yeah,
Wait a minute,
like
wait a
I
minute.
said,
Which
I
strip mine did you go
just
to?
did
I mean,
the
strip
one
mine.
that is at the base of the hole.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a bad one. That's a horrible one.
I've been fixing it. It's fixed.
Lava.
Good.
Yeah, I fixed the lava. You guys suck.
Like I just
mean, it's not
go along
fixed,
in a
but,
channel.
like-
I broke 6 iron picks just going down like you do in a strip mine and found nothing. Not a cave system.
Yeah, I must have
anything.
found a
Just
stack and a half
channel
of diamonds
and
at this point.
lava. Like nothing else.
That's great. I'm so happy.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I'm still trying to get is I'm hoping I can get. I need to get on breaking on my helmet, my boots, and my chest piece, and then I'll have a full like
right
set of
now
gun
I have a pair of fire protection leggings and an unbreaking chest piece. That's what I've enchanted so far.
Yeah, I'm still just trying to. I've got like protection. I've got.
How many suits of armor have you made and combined?
I haven't combined any of them yet. I've just been
Okay.
enchanting to try to get. Once I have like enough sets to like make the right piece I want, then I'll start combining. But like, there's no point in combining because you just keep going up and down from 27 to 30, so you can keep enchanting.
I still.
Yeah, you combine after.
I think my favorite spell in this game so far has been burn my eyes.
Yes. Flame.
Like, as in you burn your own eyes?
Target gains a temporary perception bonus, cures blindness. Ah yes. Just set my eyes on fire.
By the way, we know what we're supposed to do next. We have to find a temple.
Okay, cool.
I talked to Akara, and she told us that we have to find a temple. And we have to find a dude named... Hold on, I'll bring up the name. Okay,
Oh,
sure.
what's that from?
What? What's what from?
You and Xander
I'm
have
trying to
always been
remember the
close,
skit.
have
It's
you?
just like I have like half the dialogue in my
Did you
head.
know anything about
Oh,
his
it's from
affair
Senile
with
Scribbles.
King
That's what it
Greg?
is. Okay.
Okay, so we need Leandra's blood to make the Death Knights
Oh, cool.
vulnerable.
How the heck
Okay,
did
so
you
we
do
need to
that?
go...
What's with you guys and stealing people's
Luke-
blood?
Lucola Forest. I mean, we thought we needed Astarte's blood, but it's not Astarte's blood, it's Leandra's blood.
Yeah, it's Leander's blood.
Okay, we need to find a hidden
It's the type of thing
library
I'd probably
in
be
the
more sure
Lucola
about before
Forest.
asking people.
Well, because in the book, it said we need like the blood of a goddess or whatever, and it's like, well, the only goddess we know of is Astarte, so. But evidently, it was not.
We have to find a priest called Mangoth.
What a name. Wow.
What a name.
Well, surely that won't be too hard. Actually, that's the priest that's in that church, isn't it?
Did you forget you found a priest called Mangoth?
I mean, here's the thing. We walked in the village, saw there's a church, went, oh cool, church. Walked into the church, heard this priest blathering about sealing your ears and eyes to welcome the goddess into your body or whatever, and I was like, yeah, no, we're done here. No, I just kind of left.
Goodbye.
That guy's making human veal.
Wacky.
Freaking meme now.
The veal meme.
If anyone in
Can't
this
wait to
group-
try to keep that one going.
Oh my god, please, if Julian comes back with 2 broken legs, we gotta make the veal meme a thing.
I think that might be a little overkill, gonna be honest.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like, oh, you washed out of the military and got your legs broke? We're gonna lock you in a tiny coffin to eat your untoned flesh. Veal meme.
That's
No, I'm saying if he comes back, or like you post in the chat or something like, hey guys, you know, I gotta come back because I broke both my legs. Just somebody to post phase 1 complete.
Time. One wouldn't think time itself would.
No.
I mean, that's all on you. It's recorded. You'll remember.
That'll be.
Where'd you take us? What did you do? What have you done? Why are we leaving?
We're going to make a veal start. No, we're going to Silver Glen.
Why?
Talk to the priest.
Oh. Is he in the Luculla Forest? Is Silver Glen the Luculla Forest?
It's the town, yeah.
I don't fucking. Stardust!
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant.
That's how I make potions.
Be vigilant, friend. I hate this guy's voice.
Be vigilant. It's weird that these Immaculates still don't attack us, considering that we are actively sullying the Conduit's plans. It's really weird that the Conduit hasn't been like, you see these guys? Attack them. Like...
All times, news travels slow. I mean, what do you want?
Go on. For fuck's sake!
Well done indeed. You have made it far. You have felt the goddess's bane, and now
Hey, was this
you
goblin
shall
always
feel
over
her
here?
boon. Kill ye this fowl and
There's a
pour
goblin
its
over here.
ruby essence onto the altar, so
Oh.
that her blessing will cure thee of thine ails.
So
His name is Kadriskaz.
that okay, sure it is. So I'm giving the chicken corpse to the priest.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One. Blessed
But
be the
this cannot be. What is this heathen witchery? The rot is gone from your flesh, yet you have yet to partake in the blessings of the blood.
Save.
Okay, I don't like the sound of that.
Blessed be the goddess.
Proceed.
I have to convince this
proceed
goblin
with
to
the
tell me something.
sacrifice. Kill the chicken, collect its blood, and yield it to the Star Stone.
I'll wait for it to finish
In
saving.
the meantime, I'll be back.
He's got shit reason. This should be fine.
What do I?
It's kind of a crappy.
What am I doing here?
Blessed be the goddess,
I
and
guess.
blessed be the conduit.
Am I supposed to like kill the chicken on this altar? How does it even work? Do I even still have the chicken?
Was
I
the
thought you
chicken
took
ever
the
real?
chicken with me.
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Where's this stupid chicken corpse?
Give me the
Oh, here it is.
strength,
Here it
O goddess, to become
Let me
enlightened.
spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
God, why are they so good at rock, paper, scissors? What the fuck?
What's his reason then?
2! That's
come
not the
on, you should be
problem.
winning this.
The problem is that they're good at rock, paper, scissors.
You gotta
And
be
that's a
good-
rock
They
paper
can do
scissors.
4D
It's
chess.
basically luck.
Yeah, 4D. Yeah, but he's playing 3D
What
chess though.
strategy exists?
God damn it. He's won twice as much as I have. We're 2-2 for the next one. I have to win the next one.
Mate, how?
Haber.
He's a god.
Motherfucker! How?
How are you this bad at rock paper scissors?
Load the
It's
same.
luck. How is there any like you can't be bad
Load-
at rock paper scissors?
No, but you
Well,
can.
It's impossible.
Load
Like
the save.
with this game, you
Void,
could be reasonably.
load
Yeah, I'm
the
loading it right
save.
now. You can with this game, like once on the first turn, right? You can't predict anything. But once you pick the first turn, and they pick, you could like depending on what they pick and what you pick, you could be reasonably certain that 3 moves down the line they're gonna pick X, and then pick based off of that. And that's how I've won like 9 out of 10 of my rock paper scissors matches. Like it's just like pattern recognition. That's what they do.
Proceed.
I guess.
It's AI. So
Let's see if I can do anything with my Emperor Callus tokens. Or I could save up, get something big at the end.
I swear, if you fail rock paper scissors again,
Hold on. Hold on.
it'd be an achievement unto itself.
Fuck.
That's great.
Okay, so he just did paper and I just did rock. Think 3 steps ahead for me, right?
Okay, so if you play scissors, he'll play rock. And then if he plays rock, you should play paper. But if you play paper, he'll play scissors. So play rock again.
Okay. No, he played paper.
Void is a liar.
So he played paper again.
Yeah, I just played paper and he played rock. So
There you go.
Stark, if you just keep spamming paper, you have a 33% chance of winning.
It's not good enough though.
it's got a point there.
No, I
Not
don't.
the one
if
that
you do
way.
it twice,
I just played
he's just
paper again.
I hate you both.
Oh.
Oh god. The Spider Queen loves sweet talk? Do we gotta charm the spider?
We're going to have to seduce the Spider Queen.
I don't want to have to seduce the Spider Queen. I don't want to have to do that.
Ah! We're gonna have to seduce the Spider Queen.
But
There's a
it's-
helmet on this goblin for 4,753 gold that gives +1 Constitution and +73 HP. It is a 38
Other-
armor
other
helmet.
effects. Is
That's it. It's purple though. It gives Constitution. There's also a 77 through 133 slashing +16 to 27 air battle axe. That is a 25% chance to send 77 to 133 and 16 to 27.
Yeah, not good enough. Remember, I got the sword of the Holy
Uh,
Flame, so
let's
it's
see
157 to
here.
214 slashing and 312 to 43 fire.
There's also a necklace here that does 70% earth resistance +3 initiative and reflects 15% of any damage returned as air damage.
Okay, that's actually.
He
not
also
bad.
has a tortured soul.
Why does he have that?
I don't know. Sorry,
Alright.
a tormented soul, not a tortured soul. But you know, same difference. If you wanna buy that necklace off him.
Well, I was gonna say buy the necklace and then we'll give it to somebody. I don't necessarily have to be the one that has it. But...
I can't use it on either of them because both of mine have a necklace that is more beneficial. Like Medora has a necklace that gives strength, and I have a necklace that gives intelligence. So
This does give me a lot of health. And it has better armor rating. But
The
I
helmet?
don't get- yeah, but then we don't get leadership and I lose my immunity to blind.
yeah, Constitution is nice. That's just straight up a health bonus.
It is nice.
Like
That
a
on top of the other
moving
health
forward
bonus.
level-based health bonus. Yeah.
It's like a double health bonus. What's Medora's helmet do?
+1 Constitution, +1 sneaking. Hers is just better.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pass on the helmet then.
She's wearing a mighty nice helmet of sneaking. It's mighty nice.
It's mighty nice. Hey, here's a ring of luck picking. Do you want that for whenever we come across stuff?
I do actually. How much does it cost?
2,800.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
A lot. What else does it do? Poison
I have the
resistance
money.
luck picking. Yeah, you know.
I have the money.
Yeah, go for it. Also, maybe talk to this animal over here, Ralphie. Actually, wait a minute. Isn't that was that not the blacksmith's thing? Monster? Whatever you want to call it.
Looks like it.
But he's not here. What happened to them? Are they freaking dead?
Oof!
No, hold on. No, okay, I think they're...
Do a salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for you?
Nope.
Hello and welcome to our shop.
Oh,
I
cool,
am
I
the
found the
son of the
Russians.
proprietor, Nadia. Please let us
Excuse
know
me?
how we can
Found the
help.
Russians.
No, I heard, what? What?
I walked into the shop and I went to go talk to this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, hello and welcome to my shop. I'm like, okay.
Hello, Russian man.
Here we sell swords, axes, and Kalashnikov.
How do you win Divinity? You pull out the machine gun.
Want that image of Gandalf with an AK. I remember ancient memes.
If done right, no can defense.
I don't see why you people have problem with conduit. I just shoot them.
Hey,
with
cool,
gun.
lava.
Take care of problem.
Do a salutoin,
Magic
Hunter.
cannot beat gun.
What can I do for you?
Get up that attitude.
Magic cannot
That's basically
beat
the
gun.
entire plot of Wizards.
Ah! Fucking fuck! Ow! Ow! Still burning to death.
I
Ow!
was really hoping you
Stop!
didn't get that reference. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm a little busy burning to death.
Well, you know, you can burn to death and get references at the same time. Like,
Sorry, the conversation's not taking the focus of my,
I bet you were
Tormented soul.
there and you like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You tell yourself.
Tormented soul, held to your ear, the skull echoes a faint but horrible wail, like a soul suffering unimaginable tortures. How much does it cost? It's like 1,000 gold. I want to know what it's for. Look it up.
Really? It's only 1,000? That's cheaper than the axe.
Yeah. It's probably a crafting ingredient of some sort.
I'd probably. Aren't we supposed to get the?
I have 4 holy hand grenades. Throw the holy hand grenade.
Aren't we supposed to get like the sword of planets or whatever at some point? Because if we buy like a.
It's a one-handed weapon. None of us can use it.
Oh.
No, we didn't buy it. We murdered them and took it. But if fair, they were immaculates.
Murder
So
hobos.
they were immaculates.
They were
The only
immaculates,
reason
but
we
the
didn't start.
cultists-
They're literally cultists trying to end the world. Do you feel bad about killing dragons in Skyrim that actively follow Alduin, even if you go to their mountain and murder them? Like, it's the same thing. They're murder hobo prime. They're a cult of planet murder hobos. What?
Hobos.
Hobos. Guess what? What does it do?
It enchants
Oh.
any weapon with strength or dex.
Oh, sick.
As in like +1 strength or +1 dex.
Is
On
it
high
random or do you get
levels-
to choose?
On high levels, it may even do 2.
Sick. How much does it weigh? Nothing. I'm gonna buy it.
You need 5 handiwork to use. I don't know what that is.
Handiwork.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's by
This
now.
isn't a bad strategy.
God, dude, Cole just sent me hentai.
What?
He was a lot more
happening?
interested in talking to me than I thought he was when I started talking to him on PlayStation.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I might have just stopped answering him after a while. Because I didn't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, I'll talk to him once in a while. We just gotta trade memes back and forth. Send me hentai or something and then that starts the conversation up again. I did a few recordings of it.
Hell of an icebreaker.
I'm just saying, if you don't want him to send you hentai, stop making it work. Like,
Yeah.
if you use
At some
that-
point, you just want some hentai, boy.
Like, I think it's funny, but you know.
Well,
yeah, that's
no
that's
mom,
the
it's for
deal.
research.
Salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for you?
I mean, yeah.
Listen, we all know you're horny now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Void
Gotta
has
go to horny
been,
jail.
Void has been horny on main. It's over.
Considering how many conversations I've had with Void about him either sending hentai to people or receiving hentai, I'm surprised it's taken this long to realize Void needs to go to horny jail.
No, because
No, but he's normally so very reserved about it. And recently, he's been actively horny on main. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it had been a lot. It's been a real problem. I've talked with Stark about this. Like, ever since I started working out, it's like, I guess testosterone levels have been building up, and I'm just like,
horny.
yeah. Like, I could normally get by with doing maintenance like once or twice a week, but now it's been like every day. I'm like,
Maintenance.
I gotta spare 10 minutes.
Me and Stark both caught that one.
Listen, I'm not gonna get banned from Twitch yet, okay?
Time for maintenance.
I'm just saying.
Fucking Christ.
It is what it is. Like,
Crack open the incognito and napkins. It's time for maintenance.
Napkins.
Paper
Heathen
towels,
are you?
tissues, whatever you use.
Washable rag.
no.
Not the same one, obviously, but just like,
Not on the rag.
don't have like a cum rag on the ready. Like,
I'm learning a lot tonight that I never
Mom
wanted to
found the
know.
cum sock. See, I don't understand why people do that. Like, that one does. I really don't get it.
alright, I don't get like the masturbating
The
into
sock?
a sock, but I mean, like, sock's not a bad rag, like, just for
I
anything.
suppose.
It's alright.
I don't really want to wear something that's ever been nutted on. Like, sorry, it's not.
think-
I wouldn't have any
Okay.
pants.
Okay.
Do you nut on your pants?
No,
are
I
you
just had to make that joke. that was low hanging fruit. I'm gonna be honest.
in
future
my
me, in case
pants.
you were wondering,
Uh.
the conversation started at 59 minutes in exactly, so.
Don't cut this conversation out. Come on.
No, I'm just gonna cut out Dom's nutting on his pants joke, because that was horrible.
Boy, that was awesome. See, this is why your streams are boring.
I,
Cut out all
I
the good
already-
content.
I have to be.
What do you
It's
mean?
like,
you
here's
jump
30
in
minutes
like
of
more than
longer.
half the time, Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a half my shit gets cut, apparently. If cum pants joke gets cut, what can I say? Void.
Exactly this.
Well, the veal's probably gonna get in there. Torturing animals is
You want
evidently
Captain
acceptable.
Prove that
Yeah, no
Lord
one's
Okay.
gonna
trained
PETA
his
anymore.
workers to mine deadly tenebrium.
No one ever cared
like,
about
they don't-
PETA.
I offer
Yeah,
they don't
like-
stand for that at all. Like,
The
they
only
claim
reason
that
PETA
they-
still
like,
exists.
There was a little bit there, not like recently, but like when it first started out, people were like, yeah, PETA, that's a good idea. And then they learned about what PETA actually does, and it's like, oh. Oh.
Yeah, back in 1993.
Oh, it's that old?
He's been around a while.
Yeah, well,
dude.
what's the one that
Yeah.
has the panda on the front of it? That one's like pretty decent. It's like World something organization.
Panda Express?
World Wildlife
No.
Organization, I think.
Yeah,
WWO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, because they actually like do anti-poaching measures and shit, like,
Yeah.
and versus
But
just
I
kidnapping
have always remembered
dogs
it being like
and crap.
killing animals is wrong, and PETA being like, yeah, killing animals is wrong, and everyone immediately research on what you do for animals, research on active euthanization, research on all of these things. Shut up, PETA. That's just how it's always been.
Well, like, that's
Like,
the
I
only
don't-
reason PETA still exists is because people bother acknowledging when they say something else stupid.
Yeah,
You know,
good point.
like that's it. That's the only reason their organization exists, because it's the same like reason there's the whole like anti-mask movement and the flat earther movement and all that shit, is because some people are just inherently contrarian to a insanely retarded fault. To the point where like, oh, everyone hates this organization. I bet they're really doing the right thing for animals, and jumps in. Like, that's why they still have people. Like,
Do people think that?
Yeah, like a lot of
Man, people are stupid.
Yeah. I mean, if you're joining an animal, like almost terrorist activist group that actively does illegal shit for the supposed protection of animals, you're probably not like super high on the IQ rating instead of just like joining a reputable thing or doing any level of research.
Stupid.
Yeah, like it's.
Hey, did you
I'll
talk
be
to
right
the
back.
abomination outside? Okay, cool.
You can talk to the. Oh right, I can talk to the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I took one look at that and man, he probably has like an IQ of 2. The chicken's smarter than him. You know.
Yeah, what was that about 2 IQ?
I think I might have been right.
Yikes.
Friend, you must help me. Oh goodness. Oh dear, I beg you.
He's a cowering coward.
For me, my
Yes, I'm aware.
so-called master.
Are you posting memes while you're streaming?
Yes.
A shred of decency in your back.
Anytime I'm in a conversation, Void will actively send me memes instead of listening to the conversation on game.
Just put it in the group chat.
And if you help me, I'll help you. I know all there is to know about the goblins of Luculla, and I know the greatest.
So he says, kill the goblin, and I'll tell you the weakness of goblins.
Ooh. He does a pretty hard bargain.
Considering that the goblin calls us pigskin every time we try to talk to him and actively refers to our stench as being vile, and we've already collected what's useful off of him, I'm kind of inclined to agree with the beast. Just gonna throw that one out there.
Yeah,
Also, every time we run into goblins, they're like, die! And we're like, okay, guess we're having to fight goblins now. Except for the one goblin village, and the only reason they weren't like, die, is because they were like, we're going to kill you, and then their god totem was like, no, let this one live so I may humiliate him. And then we talk to the god totem, and if you lie to the god totem, it tells the goblins to kill you.
Yeah, we probably should get rid of the god totem anyway, so, yeah. I'm okay with this.
The savage. We'd be honored to free you from this goblin's tyranny.
This encoder is varying wildly again. I'm not a fan.
Answer the question, Void.
Cruelty befits the cruel, I say. Let's lay the fiend low.
We did already buy everything.
Toe-eyed cabbage.
Right? Like, we're good.
I think so.
1,000 thanks to you, friend.
Start with his eyes, I say. Okay.
What do you mean eyes?
Alrighty.
He only has one.
Back up. Alright, Mr. Goblin.
Back up.
We're gonna start with a good old-fashioned fireball. That did not do much damage.
Yeah, I would have frozen him first.
Yeah.
Where,
Oh, fuck.
Hey, where'd these guys come from?
We started a fight with the townsfolks. I didn't mean to start a fight with the townsfolk.
More than Stark? Yeah, it's coming.
You know, I probably should have challenged the goblin directly.
Instead of
You should
just
load a save.
attacking him out of the blue.
Yeah, well, he's a goblin. I figured the townsfolk wouldn't care. Because most people are like, kill goblins. They're okay, but like, if the goblin dies, he's a goblin. I mean,
You were like, man, I really hope the rest of this town doesn't be offended by my random lynching.
I mean, they're even worse about
No one
orcs,
likes
and
them.
the orcs are actually reasonable people. Like,
I guess, but
talk
like,
to
if
most
if
orcs.
other people in the town aren't like treating him like a hostile enemy, it's usually a bad precedent to just be like, yeah, no one likes him, so if you want to just like straight up murder a guy in broad daylight in front of everyone else in the middle of town, whatever.
yeah. I mean, there's also
The president.
Again, this is an immaculate fort. We could just kill everyone here.
Okay, not everyone is bad.
I
Like,
really
the two
wouldn't feel
Russians
that
are
bad
fine.
about it. That's fair.
You're
Ah,
gonna have
shit.
to do that. Yeah, this was
What?
the last save, so you're gonna have to do that all over again.
Proceed, just
We're gonna use Dom strategy.
Diligently will I read the words words of the goddess.
Probably. Yeah, they're a little smarter than that. You use the same thing over and over again, they will just keep countering you. Fuck!
What? My complete joke strategy didn't work? Weird.
Well, of course he's gonna take it as freaking gospel. Like,
I just figured I'd try it. So if I did scissors, he's almost certainly going to do rock, because I did scissors twice in a row. So that means I'm a pretty safe bet on paper. He guesses it right when I do it 3 times in a row, but when I do it twice in a row and then try to do something else, he's like, no, he's gonna pull a sneaky on me and switches. Can you load the save?
Quick question, what circumstance are you in which it's that important to win a game of rock, paper, scissors?
it's a speech
Literally
check.
every time you try to speech check somebody in this game.
That's
you go on charm,
the
intimidation, or
worst
reason,
design
and you have however
I've
many
ever
of that
heard.
you have versus they have, and every time you win, you get so many ticks on this counter based on how many points you have, or they get so many ticks based on how many points you have, and you
Dude,
win
that
when you
is
hit
like
10.
Oblivion era conversation pie levels of stupid.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. If I do scissors again, he's gonna do rock. But if I do paper,
like,
he's
what do
gonna
you
do
want?
scissors, so I should do rock?
A skill
okay,
check,
that works.
like an RPG, instead of a stupid
Okay.
speech minigame. That's
I
the
rock.
dumbest thing.
To be fair, I
So
don't think the second one has
he-
these. They did away with all that because this is like the very first one.
Yeah.
What happened here?
He'll do paper, so I should do scissors, which means he'd do rock, so I should do paper.
Man, I sure would love to know.
Oh,
how
this
to
is
do
working.
that anymore.
Paper, so he'll do scissors, which means I should do rock, which means he'll do paper, which means I should do scissors. I thought one step ahead, too far, just one step. Okay.
3D chess. Oh yes.
Yeah, why? It's just 3 steps. With scissors. He's gonna do rock, which means I should do paper, which means he's gonna do scissors, so I should do rock. No, I should have done paper. Shit.
Well, in case you're worried we were gonna run out of cobblestone, you can put those worries to rest.
Yeah. You go and get a crap ton
Yeah.
of cobblestone.
I've just been mining, trying to get levels. So we have a fuckload of cobblestone again.
You shouldn't save until after we get the things from him.
I mean, I was gonna save just so we don't have to do that skill check again.
It's fair.
Do you have limited saves, or is it like a Bethesda game?
No, it's infinite save.
No, I don't.
I don't.
Yeah. I'd save after every one of those, because fuck that.
Hello and welcome to our shop. I am the son of the proprietor, Nadia. Please let us know how we can help you.
Look at where.
We forgot to look at people for resurrection scrolls. Should be getting those every time we go back to town.
I think we.
Thanks,
could do
Dom.
better.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm just making sure Void has something to cut out.
Yep. Just make sure I scrub through it and target
Yeah,
only
because
your
your
voice
burps are
frequency,
gospel.
and just eliminate all of it.
God damn it.
You need to lynch Dom for his crimes.
Do it, pussy.
Dom's the werewolf.
Dom's always the worst.
That was probably my favorite part
Do a
of
salutatorian hunter.
that night
What
was
can I do for you?
my fucking peak strategy for playing werewolf.
Lynch me.
Was that?
Yeah, otherwise
It's
known
li-
as
it's
the
how- it's how I
madman
did it.
strategy.
Yeah, it's well, because I knew it was me. So if I don't die first, I always die second. There's no way I make it to the end. So I'm just gonna make sure everyone else has the worst possible chance of surviving.
So I have a helmet here that has 44 armor rating, unlocks the skill Burn My Eyes, and +1 leadership. Do you want it?
Sure. Is it a different helmet from last
This
time?
other one. It might be the same helmet as last time. I'm trying to figure out why you passed it up. I passed it up because the helmet that Medora has right now has Constitution.
Fair, but I remember seeing that.
Speak. Do you want it?
Out of the way, human scum!
There, look at it. If you don't want it, send it back so I can sell it.
Oh, you bought it.
Sark, by chance, do you need a Protection 3 helmet?
Pretty low. Why'd you pull that enchantment out?
What do you... No, do you want a Protection 3 helmet?
Yeah, is it diamond? Why did you enchant
Yeah,
that?
it's diamond. Because Protection 4 is the highest it can go, and there's not that much of a difference.
Oh. Sure, I'll take it.
I mean, like, are you actually going to use it, or should I save it for another person?
I'll use it. I'll probably stack another enchantment on top of it, but...
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
will
just, like,
use
I
it.
don't know if you have...
I don't
protection
have
on
an
your
enchanted
yet.
helmet. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I told you, the only things I've enchanted is a chest piece and boots. And, leggings. That's it.
Yeah.
I have an
But
Unbreaking
mostly the
chest
reason
piece
I
and
enchanted it is
fire
because I've been
protection
trying to
leggings.
get Unbreaking. Because I have
Yeah.
the Aqua Affinity 1 Blast Protection 4 helmet, a Protection 3 helmet, and a Respiration 3 helmet. If I can get Unbreaking, my helmet's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need Unbreaking on my chest piece and my boots, and then I'll be done. So I'm just
did you
enchanting
send the
shit
helmet
until
back,
I
or did you wear it?
I'm wearing it. Is the old helmet?
Oh, okay.
Sure, send it to her. No, this is just worse than what I have in every way. Okay. Yeah, make sure to sell off your stuff, because remember, we're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna try it anyway.
We're even taking the gold leaf.
Why bother selling stuff? Just take the
Because he
money
won't
from
drop
them
it when he
off.
dies.
Oh yeah, it's
Like Skyrim, that's not how it works.
Oh, so you don't just kill the merchants, so there's any level of protection for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only way to keep, NPCs out of your sociopath.
It's a good pun there.
Stole it from Rick and Morty, to be honest.
No. Avoid it was a good pun.
What? Were you trying to give Void the credit? What?
I thought you said that you stole it from Void. Like you
Stole
said.
it from Rick and Morty.
Oh,
What?
I didn't hear that at all. I
No.
heard Void. Yeah.
You don't understand. I am freaking Morty.
Come on, Void, give me a good old pickle Rick on stream.
Yeah.
Come on.
No. Do not lose your dignity like that.
Sorry. Two things in life I'll
You've
never
lost
do.
your claim.
Never gonna give you a pickle Rick, never gonna dab. That's it.
I'll get a dab out of you if I have to break your fucking arms.
Oh yeah, get your mean to veal.
The veal meme. Veal meme still going strong.
I'll be right back.
Where were you when the veal meme
Save
started?
when you're done doing things.
Yeah, well.
Let's play Minecraft in 2020. I mean, low bar. I'm gonna be honest, like, Fortnite's not that bad. I'm not, like, a fan, because I don't like the build mechanic, but, like, it wasn't a badly structured game. It just gotten really cringe.
The actual... It's pretty cringe now. The actual game, like the non-Battle Royale, actually didn't look all that bad.
It was pretty generic. It was just another zombie game. Like... Are you...
Oh, the man.
Oh my god, how am I alive? I might not live. Oh my god, that should... How... Oh my god, my armor's almost gone. Guess who just, like, almost clean walked into lava? Like, into a 1 block by 15 pit of lava. Just a straight shot hole down. Oh, that was solid.
you're not interested in purchasing the finest goblin wares,
That's a problem.
strange pigskin, how one so rank and stupid as yourself has managed.
Christ alive, I not survive that. What?
Goblin's like, you stupid idiot, I don't know how you managed to not pay tolls at any of the bridges around this city, and I'm like, maybe we killed all the trolls?
Did you keep killing all the toll men? You're still in that area?
We're still in this area.
You animal!
Oh, whatever.
You guys really do not make a lot of progress. That area is huge.
It's a big area. Also, this game relies a lot on reusing areas. A lot.
Oh. That's kind of disappointing.
But to answer your idiotic query, yes, a proud goblin among
Why am I not bringing a bucket of water down here?
the most well-crafted equipment to sell. This particular stock is fresh from the anvil of the goblin blacksmith from our village across the plains here.
Call me a monkey face. That's so rude.
Suggest buying from me
Also, kind of racist if you're a human.
for I doubt you'll make through the storm and the spiders with all your delicate parts in
I'm
place.
gonna pluck your eye out and take it with me as a trophy. I'll set it right next to the mantle with that troll's son.
Overkill?
Gonna freaking taxidermy his corpse to make it have it be stuffed. Just set them right next to each other. Goblin eye and troll son. Is that it? You won't let me talk to him anymore? Just in case I start something.
Out of the way, Shenanigans. But this particular stock is
He's just gonna be like, that's fine. I don't know how we're supposed to instigate the goblin without getting the entire town to attack us. That's fine. Oh, I found a taser grenade. That might not be a bad idea.
Alright, I have returned.
Oh, found diamonds.
Sick. I'll find the netherite, you find the diamonds, Dom. I'm good with this arrangement.
Yeah, sure. Just actually ever get me netherite. You made the one, I
Yeah.
guess.
I got you the one because I have found a total of 5 ingots worth. I think all
Yeah,
things
like
considered, that's a pretty
6.
decent amount of netherite. 6 ingots?
Very
Oh,
good,
yeah.
your sword.
Like, it's not hard to do, really.
How do How do we
I guess I am more used to strip mining.
Hmm?
How do we instigate the goblin?
Call him names. Call him Dick Nose. He called you Monkey Face. Similar
You
level
saved,
of
right?
racism.
I did say. But
One,
we-
he doesn't have a nose, and 2, he called us pigskin.
He also called me monkey face earlier while you were gone, so.
Oh.
I mean, just like, how do we? I mean, gotta be make him salty. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if he attacks you, that's just self-defense. Really? So why are a bunch of death cultists like hanging out with a random ass goblin? What's your situation?
They've just taken over this town. I mean, not even fully taken over. It's just like.
And they're not actively being death cultists, they're just
Yeah,
currently
it's more of
preaching the immaculate nonsense. That the conduit is God and all of those things. But when you talk to the conduit makes it clear that her plan is to blow up the world and restart. She's going full Thanos. Like,
Right.
Oh, so they don't know
No, they
anything
don't.
about it. What's going on?
well,
Well, okay.
Like I said,
they kind of have an idea.
she's making it pretty clear.
To us. I mean, they just think like.
Yeah, aren't you guys like the chosen ones or something?
She's made it pretty clear to most of the Immaculates that are around her when we talk to them. She visits the Immaculates fairly regularly.
I assume you
By just
addressed me
poofing in
for
and
a
talking
word,
to them and then
no?
poofing out.
Hello again, Your Grace. Enough to know the whole institution.
I feel
She's
like
a
the
very
ship might have
powerful
gone better if
sorcerer.
we just put it at 10.
With the
So the
blessings
7.
of the conduit,
7's the dead middle of the like largest
Diamond plates
lava
with lava.
generation. But it's also like where the middle of the lava lakes are. Like if we'd put it at 10, most of our paths would be leading to lava, but the top of lava, so we could just cobble over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late now. This place is already too fucking big to redo.
I've
I've found a pretty good strategy dealing with the lava lakes.
Just go up and over.
Well, usually what I've been doing is up and then making walls so you can make synthetic tubes through the lake.
Yeah.
Makes getting back a lot easier. Takes a bit more effort, but it's not like we need the cobble and producing it out of this.
Mm-hmm.
you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a some insane huckster calling herself the
I've also managed to replenish most of our iron. We're back to like 4 stacks of usable iron.
When by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of
Yeah, I have a decent amount of iron on me. I think in my strip mining I have like a stack and a half of iron on me.
Yeah. I'm at the point though where like probably once I break 3 stacks of spare diamonds, I'm just gonna stop regular mining and go to netherite mining, because it's not the fastest way to get XP, and that's the main thing I'm going for here.
Yeah.
Oh, I am no one special.
Diamonds. I still can't believe you didn't find any diamonds.
Only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins.
The other reason I went mining is for iron, because the amount of iron tools I run through. Netherite mining.
Yeah. Like I said, you know, I've decently replenished our iron stores, so that shouldn't be a problem. Considering you're mostly breaking netherrack, just make stone picks. It'll be a slightly slower, but it's so much more economical, considering how fast netherrack breaks in general.
Mm.
And you can replenish your own, like the main limiter you'd have would be wood. Just keep like an iron pick or 2 on you for dealing with the nether or with the quartz, so you can get the XP, and then the what do they call it? I don't know what netherite actually needs.
Diamond.
Scrap. Does it need diamond?
It needs diamond.
You still have our other fortune pick, don't you?
Yeah, I also have a diamond pick I made out of the 3 diamonds I found in the dungeon, so that's what I've been using.
You should drop our other fortune pick off. I made that one as a spare in case anyone ever dies with the one we have in the mine.
So,
I only use the one. I use that one for the gold deposits I find because they drop gold nuggets.
I guess, but we aren't really hurting for gold. Also, like, if you're getting off the server, drop it somewhere that someone else can grab it. It's the same thing we do with the mining one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't use it, it's just like, don't just keep it in your inventory.
Her greatness gave us earth, and
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes.
So man's upset because we blew up.
Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you?
I do kind of blow up someone else's mine.
We went down into the mine. There were Death Knights there. We dodged past the Death Knights. We found Leander and said, "Hey, you're making Death Knights. Stab that." And she went, "You can't stop me. And Death Knights kill them. Also, I'm blowing up the mine. Goodbye." And then we outran the Death Knights because, you know, she put us against Death Knights with a long hallway, and the Death Knights are really slow. They're indestructible, but they're really slow, so we just outran them. As the whole place is coming down around us.
Okay, so $1 million, but you're being followed by a Death Knight. You're immortal and the Death Knight's immortal, but the Death Knight ever touches
Yeah, we're gonna rehash that one too, huh?
Come on, that was just a reference. This wasn't even a rehash.
I'm just saying that proposal is a lot
what?
more terrifying. It's a lot more terrifying when you're being followed by a death knight than, you know, a snail.
Yeah, like a 6-foot tall death.
Oh, look. It's the demolition squad. Preposterous.
In full plate mail. They're so loud that the way that you sneak past them is you listen for their footsteps.
I'm hard pressed to
Because
think
they
of
like
anything you sneak past that you don't listen for its footsteps. That's how you know a thing's there
like,
most of the time.
It shakes the camera. They're really loud. They thunder when they walk. And they're a lot taller than 6 foot. They're like 7 feet tall. And shaped like a Spartan, you know?
So that item interests
They're
you,
big
yes?
boys.
I can
I'm gonna be
offer
honest,
that
I'm
for
actually,
very
like,
reasonable price
just a
indeed.
little excited for Halo Infinite. Story's gonna be trash, but the gameplay actually looks really fun.
Yeah. I'm
don't like
not
the new
happy
weapons.
that the only basic Halo weapon I've seen is the assault rifle. If they've rehashed every gun, I'm really gonna be mad. Because that's what makes Halo Halo, is the, you know, the feel of the
And, like,
game.
it's cool to add new guns. Like, I'm fine with that. Like the saw from 4. Like that was a good
only
addition.
if they fit a niche. We don't need
But like
another
that's
shotgun.
the thing is like, yeah, you
Do a
don't
salutatory
need another
hunter.
shotgun. You know, like
What
here's the thing.
can I do
You know,
for
you know, it'd be a cool human shotgun. A power weapon that's a drum-fed shotgun that shoots dragon's breath rounds. That sounds like the most
Yeah.
metal shit in the world.
Or the flamethrower. Actually add back the Halo 1 style flamethrower, where it's just a weapon as opposed to like the turret thing. You know?
Yeah.
That was like really cool and hasn't actually been in a Halo game in any usable way since. And you have the engine for it now.
Yeah. And I've been watching the videos of like Master Chief hucking fusion coils at people, and that looks like a fun mechanic.
Yeah. Or the Hydra. The Hydra was a really cool addition to Halo 5.
I don't know what that is.
It's a rifle style thing where it has rockets, but they're smaller rockets. It takes about 2 rockets to kill a Spartan. And it has a six round magazine. Not a magazine, it loads like a shotgun. And it takes a second to lock on, and then it fires micro rockets. They shoot out of the thing, then lock and shoot and fire. They go boom, 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 and then they, you know, like a javelin. It's a pretty cool thing.
Sounds
a useful
cool.
powered weapon. You know, it can't land precision damage, but it locks onto people, whereas the actual rocket launcher locks onto vehicles. You know, has that dichotomy, which is nice.
It'd be nice to have a good human flying vehicle ever. The closest they ever got was the Falcon from Reach, and even then, that thing was jank.
There's a one-person flying vehicle called the Wasp in Halo 5. It's got like rotor blades
is it not just the
on
Hornet?
either side of. No. It's shaped kind of like a disc, sort of thing.
Now I have only to prove it.
And you get into like the middle place, and there's a rotor blade on either side of the cockpit, and it hovers.
Sounds like the weirdest human vehicle I've ever heard of.
It's pretty Halo, all things considered.
What are you chuckling at?
These Russians are great.
Also, fuck Matt. I saw he didn't even finish the stupid map.
Did he not?
No, the whole bottom right corner is still undiscovered. He just put it in the map room.
I offer blessing to the whole mind. Just a bunch of nonsense. Translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will plant cherry trees and hunt your grandbaby beneath branches.
Does that imply that Divinity has a Russia?
As Zalmoxis say in Book of Holy, I am jealous God. Why can I not read your mail if you have nothing to hide? Who is Aunt Sherry exactly? Aren't I enough for you?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I sent you a picture of what the Wasp looks like, Dom. It's a pretty Halo vehicle.
nothing natural.
It's got micro
Ah, okay.
missiles.
You
like
described it really weird.
If you ask me,
Okay.
I say dark magic, maybe even source at its root. Fat and foul thing.
Yeah, it looks pretty Halo.
A terrible disease.
Yeah, it's a little bit more plane shaped than I remembered it being.
Into flesh of corpse, while infected person still lives. Arms grow black.
It's pretty
and
small.
heavy.
The only
Let's
problem that I have with it is
story.
that I feel like it should be a little
Well,
bigger. You know,
this is
it's
no
I mean,
small-
it's a
about
one-seater. It's like
the
a little
same
fighter.
size as a warthog. You know, but it's a flying.
Yeah,
vehicle.
because it's a counter to the Banshee, which is about the same.
Yet ordered
You know?
miners to
It's not like
continue.
a Pelican would be your next up. Like it's.
My bene
Mhm.
mortem, my son Sebi and I travel
It has a
to
machine
Hong
gun
to find
that
truth.
fires a little slower
But this has
than
proven not so
the Banshee twin guns,
My sweet little
but hits harder.
Pomaco Visago.
And it has micro missiles that lock
got along like how you
shoot
say,
more way more often,
and
but do a
ferrets.
lot less damage than the Banshee bomb.
Here there is work, very well
And it
paid
hovers.
in mines.
It doesn't move as fast as the Banshee because it doesn't have a boost, but it can dodge side to side and up and down, and it hovers.
Stones for some months. And one day we see familiar figure
Man.
moving with strange. We help him inside.
Like
and
I
set
like
him to
I
rest.
kind of want to give
But
Infinite
he
a
was
try,
in
but I know the
terrible
story's just going
condition.
to annoy me.
Each hour he grow
Mhm.
worse. Rot so fast we hardly recognize him
Like
after 2
just
short
looking at the
days.
barest minimum
When his
I've seen from
father
the trailers, I
died,
like.
Sebi become
This is
restless.
gonna be really
We know the
dumb.
age, he joined army
I'm
and goes
big
straight to the front
stupid.
line. Though I wasn't there, we saw special legionnaire
Like-
using strange weapon. And this
Because, you know,
legionnaire soon
banished.
come to my tent. I come to Silver Glen to
I mean, like,
discover truth.
I don't know
And
fucking
here I
shit
find
about the
Warren.
Banished. Not really. I have very little opinion on their existence in general. It's just like the type of story that they're telling and the overall aesthetic they're going for. Like one of the things that's going on right now is like on YouTube you see the Halo Infinite trailer and it's like, you know, we thought you were dead, Chief. Now it's time to die for your sins. Like, you know, we got you cornered. You're on your own, which is a cool story to tell with the Chief. You know, no human support. He is fully on his own. This isn't for the fate of humanity. This is just a bunch of aliens hunting him down because he's been a genociding asshole. Like,
No.
I mean, you know, fair's fair. Like,
I mean, the
You
no
know?
support you're on your own is half of every Halo game. Let's be honest.
yeah, but like that's always like the darkest hour. This is gonna be like the whole game, and it looks like it's a lot more open world. So it's a lot more about like Chief guerrilla fighting his way through an encounter versus like going in with human support and then everything falling apart and having to kind of pull himself out of the fire. Like there's no
Yeah, which is
pulling
really
himself
good,
out of the
'cause,
fire.
like,
He starts in the
in,
fire.
in the books and that kind of thing, that's how the Chief normally fights. It's
Yeah.
him and usually a Spartan or two out in the ass end of nowhere doing something by themselves. Because that's what
Well,
Spartans
granted,
were
it's 'cause in the
designed for.
books,
They're
most
guerrilla
of the
fighters.
stuff that he's doing is like the like pre-Covenant Oni shit. That's mostly what I remember the books of that.
No, I mean,
type of thing.
only like 3 or 4 of the books are like that. The rest of them are guerrilla fighting the Covenant. A lot of them are like the first quarter of the book is insurrection, and then the Covenant shows up, you know?
Yeah.
And there it's back and forth. Like, the Cole Protocol is partially human, partially Covenant, because the Cole Protocol has to do with a group of
like-
renegade jackals working with
Yeah.
an
Oh
insurrectionist
yeah, that was a
outpost.
good. Yeah, they were like pirate dudes, and they had like a whole like
Yeah,
asteroid
and
belt
it's
station
Spartan
thing.
Black
It was
Team,
cool.
a group of 3 Spartans that were specifically picked out for them being the kind that you know tried to run away. They were the Spartans that in training, as opposed to listening to the rules, constantly tried to break out. So they're the Black Ops
Also
team
known
that
as
Oni
the
uses.
only Spartans with any level of self like common sense. It's like,
Yeah.
we were
Common
kidnapped
sense
as
and self-interest.
children.
Yeah,
Sorry if I'm not
it's-
loyal to this really fucked up military.
Well, I mean, a lot of them tried to run away, but they're the only ones that, like, succeeded in getting anywhere. You know, they're the ones that managed to actually get over the gate and get off base before things went sideways and they got caught.
They made a like remember I forget what the fucking thing was. It was like the anime Halo movie thing. It was pretty solid.
Halo Legends?
Like some of it was dumb.
There
but,
was
like,
one
yeah,
for
Halo
Halo
Legends.
Reach, and yeah, Halo Legends is the one you're talking about. Which, funny enough, recently 343 canonized all but like one of those, which is interesting.
I mean, good. Most of them are cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, a lot of them have.
I could
nothing
take or
to do with
leave the Yeah, I mean, most
Go
of
on.
them are just like little stories in the world, but like, remember the one where it's like they drop a dude off on an alien planet, and he runs into a bunch of kids, and has to fight like a weird super brute or something like that? All that.
Spartan 13.
Like
The one
that
where
was
he's got-
fun.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that
saying
one-
like don't
that one's
include
the
that, but don't make that
That
canon.
one's not canon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one
That's
with
fine.
Spartan
Like,
1337
it's
is
fun.
not canon. The rest of them are. But like the hunting suit, which I think was one of the cooler ones. The Yggdrasil armor. That was
back.
what. Yeah,
Just
it's
a
what
back.
the Spartan armor was based on.
Yeah.
That's the prototype for
It was a little. I'm gonna
the
be honest.
the
that's,
Mark
that,
III.
That story though was like super heavy-handed. It's like they call me Ghost because I don't have.
'Cause I don't
feelings."
feel. Yeah.
Like, yeah. This is some peak anime bullshit right here. You know. But like, I like the bit where they talked about the Forerunners because it was the only time Halo's ever like actually showed you Forerunner like stuff during the Forerunner times, and didn't make the Forerunners just like the most boring, demystified pieces of trash ever.
Yeah, where they give like vague nonsense about the Forerunner or accounts
like
from 343
handled
Guilty
it
Spark.
very well.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm like disappointed in 4 and 5 is because like, oh wow, Forerunners are in the game and they suck, and I hate them.
Yeah. Like I said, the way that Bungie handled it, what has been done in the Forerunner saga is basically just expanding upon what Bungie did. Practically all but a few
Just
of the
not
characters in the Forerunner
handled
saga
well, like-
are the same people, you know.
I guess, but like it's just not handled well. I feel like Bungie had more of a idea of how to present the Forerunners. Like,
Yeah. I'm
and
kind
by
of
that, I
glad
mean
that
they
it was
knew
done,
when
but I
to
wish it
not
was done
present
differently.
the Forerunners.
Yeah. Like they
Like-
did, I wish they did a little bit more than they had. Like in the vague things, what you get is you get talks about Forerunner society as a whole and what's happening with the Flood War. You get the Librarian, which is a pretty cool character, and you get the Didact. Those are the two main points you get when dealing with Forerunner stuff. Like all of the terminals in Halo 3, 90% of them are dialogue back and forth between the Didact and the Librarian.
But like making the Didact like a big boss dude with a scary face.
Yeah.
Just boring. It's just the most boring way about doing any of that. Like,
Alright.
Oh,
2%.
he's specifically spooky because he's fucked up. That's why he looks the way he does.
okay, Stark. I keep having to remind you of this. The Didact isn't real. A writer wrote
Yeah, I know.
him. He's spooky because a writer wanted him to be spooky, not because he got fucked up. That's not a real thing that happened.
I guess, but I don't.
So that's
I
not
don't think
a
somebody looked at it
justification
and
for
went,
why
"I
it was
want him
poor
to
writing.
look spooky."
I think that's
He just looks
exactly
like
what
an alien.
happened. I think they were like, we want a spooky alien boss.
Well, no, because
That's gonna be the librarian, not like.
He did have a thing happen to him in the
Also, I don't remember Void. Is the one in Halo 4 the Eurodidact or the normal Didact? Is he the Euro or the ISO Didact?
It's not the Euro.
That makes a
Didact,
difference.
It's the original Didact.
It's the ISO Didact. He's the original Didact. So so he'd be a little bit less fucked up. The other one is intentionally fucked up because the other one wasn't a warrior servant class. He was a miner that got like converted into a war, and that fucked him up. It messed up his everything because they're not supposed to do that. It like broke his body for a little minute, for a minute.
He's the one that the ISO Didact is it the copy? Or the Eurodidact?
I'm pretty sure the Eurodidact is the original. I'm pretty sure the ISO Didact is the copy.
Okay, yeah.
He
The
was
ISO Didact, he's the one that
born stellar makes eternal lasting. I think is his Forerunner name.
So he's the one that put the original Didact in the coffin and was like, hey.
Yeah, the Cryptum.
Yeah, and the Cryptum was like, alright, you're gonna be here for a while. Have
Because
fun."
I'm gonna do something that's probably going to kill me. Well, he popped him out of the Cryptum to begin with. He did it on accident. Because he and two humans stumbled across his Cryptum.
It was him,
And one of those humans became Guilty Spark.
I don't remember who the third one was.
The fat one. I don't remember what his name was, but they keep talking throughout the entirety of the book that he's fat. Like, it's a thing that comes up a lot.
What's your character? I am large. No, but I am fat.
So I found a bunch of booby-trapped areas up here, and I'd like help with it.
I'm nowhere near you.
Could you at least save in case I die? Thanks.
Okay, so we have to go through the desert area, like fully. because at the end is the Immaculate Cathedral, and that's where we need to get to. That being said,
There's a chest up here.
not gonna happen tonight. Because this morning's 10:15.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10:15.
Yeah.
Are you guys almost done?
So I would,
Yeah.
if you're near a shrine or can get to a shrine quickly, I would go to the Goblin Village waypoint shrine, and from there.
Yeah, let me finish what I'm doing first.
Yeah, from there next time we'll just walk to the cathedral and hope that we don't roll the spiders. I don't think we have any more left, but I could be completely wrong. Actually, no one actually has to sit here and watch this. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. Let's see. Friday, for anyone who may be watching, Friday I got Steel Path Rampant. That's from 7 to 9. Saturday is Bloodborne from 7 to 10, or whenever we decide we're too tired to continue on.
However long the area takes.
Yeah, however long the entire area takes twice. I can guarantee you it's gonna take
Last time we
at
only
least
did it
tries
online.
with Toa. Yeah, but you're good at not dying.
That's fair. I didn't die at all throughout the
Big
whole
oof.
time. I guess there's that. I got through the whole area without dying.
I mean, you say oof, like.
Well,
we're
that's because
me and Toa are summons, right? So I mean, Toa's just bad, and since I'm a summon, I lose nothing when I die. We just have to be resummoned, so I don't really care, and I would rather.
Yeah,
he
there were
die
several
than
times where
Stark
you
dies.
guys died, and I had to go back. I remember every time the trap came through, we heard the chunk, and we're like, "What was that?" And then a giant spike log came through and just plowed you two out of existence.
Yeah.
Just instantly dead. Like, it hit me, but it clipped me, and it barely didn't kill me. It brought me down to I could not see my health bar, and I was like, I am dead. And then my character started to get up, and I was like, oh, neat. I am not dead.
Yeah. So I mean, that's and
Didn't
I mean,
Toa get hit by the first one too?
Yeah, he did. I mean, in that game, I'd rather let you and Toa die than you die, because then we have to reset the whole area and fight all the enemies again. And Dark Souls is not too big of a deal, because the areas are small and relatively linear, and they don't cram them full of enemies. But Bloodborne is like, hey, they all have massive patrol paths and massive chase range.
And you have to be careful and fight them one at a time, because Bloodborne's, considering how little health you have, you cannot fight groups unless you are perfect. In Dark Souls, if you get hit by one person, you can take...
It's just how easily you can be stun locked.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, in Dark Souls, you can take a hit or two from a group. Like, one will hit you, and then you'll get hit by another 2 or 3 because they're in a group, and then you can roll out of the way, and you lost half your health, but it's not that big of a deal. In Bloodborne, you get hit with one, and you're like, oh no, I'm staggered. And then the second one hits you, and you're like, oh, I might... And then the third one hits you, and you die. Because you can take 3 hits in Bloodborne, and that's it. That's your health bar. You're done. There are iframes in Bloodborne. Don't tell me there are not iframes in Bloodborne, because the number of times I've tried to swing at the stupid, like, invader hunters, and my weapon just clipped right through them because they're dodging. Bloodborne has iframes. They're just smaller. But the difference is you can dodge more often in Bloodborne than you can in Dark Souls, so you can actually make better use of the iframes if you time it properly.
That was great. I love that. In Madam's Second Amendment.
You just hit her and she's like, dodge, 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 shotgun. And then all goes your health. You're dead. Insta-kill. She puts her rifle down your throat and blows your head to pieces. Goodbye!
Why is it not?
What if I fired both my guns?
That's really weird.
Yeah, she has a shotgun rifle in
What's
one hand and the
happening
rifle
here?
spear in the other one, and she just puts one on either ear and blows your head to, like, much.
I found a spot with, I think, broken gravity?
Sick.
Alright. Well, on that note...
In Minecraft?
Stream schedule.
Yeah.
If anyone has any interest, you can look at that. Until then,